Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? Talking about Metro Boomin with some more, no. If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. As Future and Metro Boomin, there are grace of GQ magazine. Some portions of the interview have been released to various hip hop zines, and they picked up on them, picked up traction. They're at the top of the boxes on Hot New Hip Hop and Hip Hop DX. And it's just interesting. It's a very interesting read. Most of it is found in the print version of GQ, but the portions that are available online really, paint a good picture of what was in Future and Metro's their heads when they were concocting. We don't we don't trust you, and we still don't trust you, and so I've already said my misgivings about Future. I don't. He's not one of my favorite rappers. I don't see he just doesn't do anything for me, really. I don't see. I mean, sometimes he has a good flow, and I'm like, okay, I'm bouncing to it. But it doesn't matter about me, apparently, because I tried to go to a concert. I said this before, and he sold out. It was at a college, at University of Delaware. So the college kids sold out his show like 2-3 days in advance before he even hit the general public. That's what they usually do. They give the students a discount and prime real estate and seating or standing and sometimes standing room only portions of a concert at University of Delaware. But this time around, Future, he killed it. I think he was too big, and like their last concert I remember was with Playboy Cardi before the pandemic, and there's been a few rappers since then, but they usually do it in what we call the Bob Carpenter Center. That's usually like an arena, it's that size. I think they've downsized, the idea of having different artists, show up and be a part of that. But anyway, so he sold out that. He's very productive. He's extremely productive. He comes out with an album every year or every other year. In the same year, he'll do two albums in the same year. He's talking about Dirty Sprite and like stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not into the drug scene. I'm not really into that. I'm not doing any drugs, so I'm not really interested in any of that. So that's my thing with him. Metro Boomin seems like a very thoughtful guy. He called Drake a colonizer, and this is what I want to talk about with colonizing. Colonizing has its benefits. Yes, there have been atrocities. There have been horrific events with colonizers. But if you look in the past, who are those colonizers doing business with? Who are they doing business with? Those were the kings and queens that we're supposed to be. Oh, we're descended from kings. That's why we wear all this jewelry. That's why we wear all this stuff. A lot of horse ass, a lot of BS. That's a lot because those kings and queens sold those slaves up the river to the white man. Like it was just the white man who had slaves. That's what we're supposed to believe. That's what we're supposed to understand. Well, where the hell did he get those slaves from other than kings and queens in Africa? I mean, it's just logic. It's just clear logic. So he called Drake a colonizer at one point. And I'm sure in Metro Boomin's lineage, he had some kind of ties to colonizer or somebody that paid off a colonizer, to have or was paid to get money from a colonizer or something like that. So that's alleged, but still, it's possible. So what they're talking about music. Future's got this like coy, kind of playful look on his face when he's saying like, who am I supposed to beef with? I don't do rap beefs. He's saying, talking about how he should have been included in the top 3 of J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. No, he shouldn't have been. No, he shouldn't have been. He really shouldn't have been. The top 3 is like the NBA top 3. It's like LeBron, Steph, and Let me see who's the number 3. I was trying to think of this beforehand. I want to say Embiid, but he kind of he's kind of meh, right? Really, he hasn't won any chips. He was the most valuable player, but maybe KD. Maybe I'll give him KD. That's the top 3 in the NBA. Right now, I think, in over the past season, even though KD, I don't think he has a ring either. I don't think he has a ring. He's pretty much ringless. But Steph and LeBron each share 4 rings. I think they each have 4 rings, and they have multiple MVP seasons. So that's what that breakdown was. Just to show, show it, and they call it, going back to colonizers, they called that the scramble for Africa. It was European nations scrambling to cut up and carve up percentages of Africa. So that's what happened. Like, you have pieces of places like Belgium with King Leopold II, who never stepped foot in the Congo, but had more influence and more power over that region than pretty much anybody ever before or since. And terrible afflictions and terrible happenings occurred. People's arms were cut off, and their legs and their hands, especially their hands were cut off. Some people died. Many people died. Actually, scores of people died. This was like a Congolese Holocaust in a lot of ways. But he brought, Christian values. He brought, ideas. I'm an atheist, but this is the thing that has to be addressed. The colonizers brought, certain remedies. Quinine was a part of the equation in certain areas of Africa to treat malaria. Wouldn't have came part of the deal, part of the package, if there were no European settlers, no European colonizers. Not saying it's a great thing. Not saying, oh my God, I sure is happy there was colonizers. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not tap dancing around the issue. Like I said, there have been tremendous atrocities and horrific events that have transpired in the last almost 200, 300 years. So that's just for carving up Africa. It's colonized. That hit me in the article. I was like, colonized. Okay, really? He's a colonizer? But anyway, they're talking about mainly the music, so that's a good sign. They're mainly keeping it focused on the music. But the article writer, he wanted to know more about the feuds, tension, and or anxiety, I guess you can say, regarding the trio of the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake. So that was already on the platter. That was already on the plate. So they're explaining that part from that whole ideal. So that kind of just struck my interest. Just to witness how Metro Boomin is a really kind of a thoughtful guy. Say their Future. Future's a thoughtful guy. He's a pretty good thinker. They're both good thinkers, I think. But in regard to the feuds, that have been going on, that was the main driver of the articles that I've read about Future and Metro. And it's amazing. I'm like, okay, GQ, okay, 2 men of color on the front page, on the front cover of GQ. That's pretty strong. I think it was probably one of the most racist publications during the 50s and 60s, maybe even in the 70s, maybe even part of the 80s and 90s. But I think they've softened their stance, and they've been able to show more men of color, men that are strong-willed, have assertiveness, have power. That's what they're mainly showing. So I have to give credit to that much. That's the power of the way that they convey a message through their magazine. So I have to give them credit. But still, they're still focused on the feuds. They're focused on the feuds. And Future said that before. He's like, I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not into for rapping. I'm here for, talking about drugs and girls, and might have to get into, a real feud, and not just on rap, not just, rap feud, serious on the street stuff like that. So that's how, he showed himself to be in these interviews. He took it upon himself to show, the power of the pen. You know what else has the power? My main man Peng. He has LifeStrongApparel.com. You can go. I'm gonna put that in the live chat. Make sure you check him out. If you like fruit infused sea moss, check out the elderberry, the soursop, the pineapple, the mango, and the blueberry. Just to name those specific items. You will enjoy them. You will like them as much as I like them myself. I had to get a hold of something, to promote it and to market it, to advocate for it, to sponsor it. I appreciate the fact that he came to my house and literally from his hand to mine, gave me the jar of the blueberry sea moss infused product. And it was excellent. Sea moss infused fruits are great. I had to ration it myself. I was going to get the whole jar in one day. But I was like, whoa, I got to slow down. This is going to take, a week or two before I really realize just how much this is going to take. So I appreciate him. Go to LifeStrongApparel.com, get fitness gear, get fruit infused sea moss, and enjoy your day. Tell him that the goofy guy, Sky Saunders, with you. Also, kicker, put in Skylar 10 at checkout. You get 10% off. For all your products. SKYLER10 Scholar 10 at checkout. Scholar 10 at the checkout. SKYLER10 at checkout. You can get 10% off all your purchases. LifeStrongApparel.com. Okay, so we have Future and Metro Boomin. They are, very articulate, young men. I hate when people say that, but I have to be, honest, because it's like, oh, he's a man of color. Wow, he's a black guy. He's just so articulate. It's amazing. He's just so articulate. It's great, wonderful, wow, great. Like I hate saying articulate, but they really are. I mean, it's ironic too, because it's like you would expect rappers to be articulate. I mean, we just had a phenomenon in the past few years of mumble rap, and that was like, and even Future got kind of snagged into that whole mumble rap kind of idea. But he definitely is a thoughtful young man, thoughtful man. He's a thoughtful person. He thinks great ideas and is able to foster them and curate them and make them into his own ideals, and make them into his own thought process. And that's what's so important. That's what's so great. That's what makes it wonderful. That's what makes it strong. That's what makes it powerful. He has that mystique about him. He still has a mystique about him. He was a songwriter. He wrote racks on racks on racks, racks on racks on racks. Yeah, and he has dozens of other songs that he's written anyway. So you have to give him credit for that much. You definitely have to give him credit. Like I said, he's not my particular cup of tea. He's not one of my favorite rappers. But there are different, melodies I really like from him. He's like, "Where your ass was at?" Like Like I like those kind of those melodies. And then he's like literally singing, "Turn out the lights, I'm looking for. Turn on the lights, I'm looking for." Like that's Future though, you know. So and Metro Boomin was saying how he's not a rapper, so I'm not gonna rap. I will get you on these tweets. So what the hell we call them? X's or tweets? It's still goofy. It's still weird. Is there another reason? Because like Prince changed his name for a reason. He was smart. He was a smart guy, very intelligent. Prince, his name was owned by, I think it was Warner Music. I think it was by Warner. I could be mistaken, could be wrong. You can correct me. But he had his name, his Prince name was not his ownership. Ironically, his own name didn't belong to him. So he had to find another way of saying, you know, another name. So he wrote slave on his first face initially, just I'm a slave, you know, to this rap, this albums and this music, to this record label. So then he was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna be a name. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be an unpronounceable symbol that y'all gonna just have to call the love symbol. And I'm not even gonna have no name. It's just gonna be the artist formerly known as Prince. And I'm gonna give out a certain little key, a little a symbol to all the different publications so they can publicize it in their various magazines and their articles. And I'm just gonna do it like that. That was pretty revolutionary. I mean, nobody else has done that. I don't think anyone's done that since or after, or before or since. So that just signals another example of how, you know, everything may not seem like it glitter and gold. You know, glitter ain't gold all the time, or platinum, for that matter. You know, or diamonds. You know, but getting back to Future, Metro Boomin, they really had a year based on, you know, whatever Kendrick Lamar was doing, K-Dot, whatever K-Dot was doing with his life and his music, it was actually bounced off of Future and Metro Boomin, because they had to keep on saying like, no, we're not really a part of this feud. We're not part of this. Love to say the word beef. Beef is something that's serious. Beef is like child support. That's serious. Owing thousands of dollars a month, every month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. That's beef. That's beef you can't get out of. The judge says you got to pay $17,000 a month, whatever the case may be. That's rough. That's real. That's real beef. And they're garnishing your wages. They're taking off percentages of your properties and your albums and things like that. That's beef. That's real beef. So we have to look at it like that. That's what Metro Boomin was saying, you know, with the music. He's like, I'm not a rapper. I'm not going to hit you with, you know, a hot 16, you know, saying all these words and verses and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I refuse to do that. That's what he's saying. So it's very powerful. It's very strong to see these two men, these strong men of color, that have been able to meet up and have various songs put together into whole albums, not just mixtapes or EPs, but LPs. That's extraordinary. I think that's raw. But I have to disagree with GQ. They did not have the best album of the year. Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia is the greatest rap album of the year. He deserves to be on GQ. I don't know how many times he's been on GQ. Maybe he's never been on GQ, but they missed the mark, I think, on that. Chromacopia definitely, it came in late. That's what I think it is. It's too early, young blood. No, it's not. You should be awake. You should have woke up 5 o'clock in the morning. You should have woke up. What's that? 7 hours? Was that 7 hours ago? Yeah. Should have woke up 7 hours ago, Wizard. Salute to you, Wizard. No, it's not too early. And it's not too late for you to tell 12 people about me. Say, hey, look, this is goofy ass nigga. You know, he's weirdo, but you know, he's got some good ideas and perspective. So make sure you check him out. You know who else you can check out? Baja Jackson, BeeJackson 5478 on YouTube. I'm gonna put his information in the live chat. Bear with me one moment. So Baja Jackson has sardines on the grill, fried chicken, near beer or non-alcoholic beer, and female strippers. So if you like any and all of those things, which I happen to like, you can be like me and join him on his journey and get his subscriptions up. Make sure you like and subscribe all his different on his platform on youtube.com. Jackson BeeJackson 5478. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Wizard. You know, people coming in now. People are coming in. Got 3 people, was down to 0. I'll take 3 people over 0. 2 people now. It's probably gonna be 1, but that's fine. I got 1 like. This is just for rebroadcast land. I get rebroadcast, numbers up. So I can go live and have 0 people watch me at one time, and then my rebroadcasts are like 50s and 60s. So that's just a fact. That's just reality. What happens? But Future and Metro, I have to give them credit. Give them credit, not GQ. GQ messed up. Metro Boomin and Future didn't mess up. GQ should have made Tyler the Creator the person of the year, the man of the year. That's just my opinion. That's just my humble opinion. No, that's my selfish, assertive, rational opinion. That's what it is. Wizard says, I thought one of your sponsors had CMOS gummies, but they were for dogs. Yeah, they're for dogs. If you check out the site, yeah, but also because he's trying to make them smaller. They're a little bit too big. That's the reason why I think they made them for dogs. He did have CMOS gummies available, but now he just focuses on the CMOS fruit infused items. So that's a good catch, though. That's why I don't promote the gummies anymore. I used to promote the gummies, but the gummies he's still trying to work on the right batch for human consumption. But you were right, Wizard. You were right. He did have my sponsor, Pang, Phang. He used to have gummies for humans. I don't know. I'm not trying to sponsor, or advertise for the dogs because I'm not sure if he has the dog ones right either. He's still trying to work that out. They did have album of the year because they gave us a great rap battle. But that's what I'm saying. It's like it's adjacent. It's near. It's not the same thing. It's like they offered like they were like Fort Sumter for the Civil War. I don't think any other battles were fought at Fort Sumter. Bussy Patrol. Thank you, YouTube subscribers. Salute. So they're like Fort Sumter. It sparked it. It's ignited it. It was like Crispus Attucks in the Revolutionary War. First man to die was a black man for the revolution of this country. Crispus Attucks. I'm giving y'all lessons, damn it. Get my likes up, get my views up. Tyler is a great artist, and I agree his album is the best so far, but I don't want to hear how he likes boys. I can hear how he likes boys. That's his thing. I don't care. That's his thing. That's what he wants to do. I don't like boys, and that's how it is. I don't really care if he likes boys. That's his business. That's just the way he is. He's bisexual, from what I understand. Or pansexual. I don't even know what the hell that is. Peter Pansexual. And have you ever noticed Peter Pan is usually played by a young female? Have you ever noticed that? In the theatrical versions, he's played by a young female. But to be honest with you, as I always am, but I just think Tyler should have taken the mantle of greatest. The reason why is because it's the year. It's not like the last few months, because that's the thing. He was like cornucopia, it took him time, to create it. It took him time to do it, but it wasn't the year. The year that started. What was it, like February or March? When hold on, I can look it up. You don't trust. We Don't Trust You came out March 22nd, 2024. That's what I was right. So during that whole time period with Like That and things of that nature, that precipitated a whole feud with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar just decimated Drake. And Drake has been running the game for 15 years. I don't think there has been somebody that close. He's the LeBron James of hip hop. You cannot deny that. Let me say this: what Wizard says. I'm sorry, but the song types ish by Future, Playboy Carter, Cardi, and Travis Scott better than Tyler whole album. Maybe Travis Scott. I think I like Travis Scott more, in terms of the overall vision. But Tyler comes very close, and Tyler's not that great of a rapper. He knows that. He digs into that, but he has a whole list. He has an entire vision of what an album should be. So I have to give him credit for that. I don't even know what I was saying. Somebody refresh the page. But no, Future is, I don't know. Was Future Embiid? I don't know, because he was MVP, so he's not awful, and he brought the Sixers to multiple playoffs over the years. So he could be like an Embiid. I don't know, or Giannis. He could be a Giannis. Giannis got, I think, at least one chip. He might have two. I think he has one chip though. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was an MVP one year. Wizard says Tyler should leave the gay-ish out the music. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, but you can't play this music around other people because they're going to think that's how you feel. Forget what other people feel. Oh, here comes Carnage. TX Carnage 817. Salute. Worship dollar. Worship the dollar. Don't worship Jesus. Worship the dollar. Jesus can't save you at the bank, at your bank account. Jesus can't bless your whole bank account. Can't bless your whole life. But money can, and that's because you earn it. You produce it. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, but they're gonna think that's how you feel. That's a second-hander. You're worried about other people's emotions and feelings and perceptions. Jesus has blessed my bank account. I'm sure, yeah, but can you prove it? Pay attention, folks. That's them pills and them and the jab kicking. That was good. Yeah, yeah. That's the pill. Pay attention. That's the pills. 15 pills a day, baby. 15 pills a day. That's right. And oh yeah, the jabs though, they kicked my ass. They were like, I slept till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, this can't be happening. This can't be life. Yeah, it don't say zero or negative in them. Okay, that's great. But can you show evidence and proof that it's Jesus of Nazareth who died on a post that did this to you? But I can show evidence of another one of my sponsors, Dot Focus. Go to his YouTube page and get his subscribers up. Subscribe to Dot Focus. Making sure I have everybody on here already. Making sure I have everybody. Dot Focus. He's with the Call of Duty. He does, sniper rifle missions. He's a definite, sharpshooter expert rifleman. He's got you got him in the crosshairs, got him in the sights. So definitely give him a cheer and tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders sent you. Go to his YouTube page and up his subscription base. It's Dot Focus _ on YouTube. I did not see. Okay, TX, pray for me. I'm recovering from a back injury slowly but surely. Oh my God. Did you say Sunday on the Star Show she's beautiful? I've not heard. She has a beautiful voice, but I haven't seen her yet. Rob says Jesus of Nazareth and God are horrible at managing money. They need pastors to do accounting. Exactly. He's omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. That means all-knowing, all-powerful, and all seeing. But he just can't handle money. That's the problem. God can't handle money. It's foreign to them. They made everything. They created mathematics. Apparently, they created the whole system of qubits and other forms. They just can't handle money. That's it. Like the late great George Carlin said, they can't handle money. Rob, read your scriptures. He never asked for money. So why do all the churches ask for money? Beg for money? Your tithes. Will a man rob God? Look that scripture up. Will a man rob God? Only in tithes and offerings. Will a man rob God? Will a man rob God? Look that up. Malachi 3:8-3:18. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have he robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. Malachi 3:8-18. Hateful scrolls. Hateful scrolls. From the land, of course from the land, but not from the mind, from the thoughts, the process. I was just watching the Leonardo da Vinci documentary and said how he discovered that there were actually this is actually a planet that's older than 6,000 years. I mean, he didn't necessarily say that, but he in his drawings and his findings, he said that there were oceans that covered mountains and they receded over time. So that just goes totally against all biblical teachings. Why do people call Jesus God when he is the Son of God? Well, it's the same reason why anybody calls, Muhammad or Moses. They're messengers. They're just messengers of God. That's just the idea. But hey, it was fun. I got to talk about Metro Boomin in the future, the scramble for Africa, Leonardo da Vinci, and got to interact with you folks. Thank you very much for coming in. You did not have to be here. So I thank you for being a part of this show. And I will see you sometime, maybe even later on tonight, but probably tomorrow. Take care.